What's up, guys? Auburn here. You're in for a fairly long recording. I am going to be soloing K99 here. A lot of people said it couldn't be done on a Dreadnought. We're going to go ahead and prove them wrong, just because I can. And we'll show you how it's done. It's not the hardest thing in the world to do. Also not the easiest. I awoken my tier a very, very long time ago, so I don't have the single target toggle to increase my crit damage by, I think it was 30%. So kind of slows me down a little bit, but nope. I'm not the party leader, my is is. Okay. So basically how we do this, PvE weapon, this completely isn't needed, but it kind of helps every once in a while. Yeah, some of these bosses go ridiculously slow. I've noticed that, for instance, the archer and the, what the hell is it, the water one, I don't know, those seem to take me forever to kill. They're just very annoying. Oh, what the hell? There we go. Also, one of the other things that's very annoying, excuse me, is this provoke. Doesn't always land, which it is what it is. Kind of bothersome. Or it does. It pretty much always lands. I'm saying it falls off every once in a while when I hit. It just has a tendency to not be there anymore, which is rather annoying. Because this is enchanted for Hex, which honestly with the SD buffs doesn't really matter because it's maxed out at minus 50% PDEF. Anyways, but it does reduce the Pulse P attack. As you can see, it just dropped off right there. It gets kind of annoying. Not too huge of a deal as long as I keep up IS debuffs, but it does add another, was it 20%? Spear resistance for 30%. So it is kind of nice to have, and we'll drop the IS here for the last little bit. Uh, 4708 or 47.8 is what we started with. And it's actually kind of funny because my IS is in a clan I'm at war with. I do have Prophecy of Might up. Put Warriors back on. and those minions drop very quickly. I was on the IS's screen most of the time, so I didn't even see what was going on. I stay on the IS's screen most of the time because he's a little weaker and his debuffs are a little bit more crucial. Losing Palm, I got a 40-second reuse time on Prophecy of Might, so that kind of slows me down, but just ever so slightly. Not that big of a deal. I got to make sure I keep the Giant's critical damage up, which is kind of nice. Did those out of order. Overall, yeah, this really isn't too hard. Every once in a while I'll get lucky and I'll take the final boss down in like 30 seconds, but that depends on debuffs and counter criticals stacking themselves perfectly, which is a fairly rare thing to happen. But it does every once in a while. I don't necessarily have to focus on the minions, although I do like to take out the wizards, because my MDef seems to be a little lower than most. I did get this today, the Blessed Anthe 7-day one. I'm too cheap to buy a normal one because they're like 20-something bill. Oh, come on. Land debuffs, land. 50-second reuse on BR. Probably end up saving that for the next boss. Some of the bosses you might see me actually have to heal on a little bit, but we'll see. Little new addition, I got the +7 physical reflect shirt here, which is kind of nice. I got a +6 shiny elemental shirt. Not gonna go for 7. The added skill for me just isn't worth it. I mean, if I was going for Dread Hero or something like that, of course I'd try and go 4 +10, although I guess it doesn't matter anymore because the event's over and I can't get that +16 Dark 3SA weapon anymore. It's NCSoft is just running all these events into the ground, you know, giving people all this super epic gear for, yeah. I mean, I know people. There was one person in clan that was able to do a +9 power shirt with literally 9 scrolls, which is kind of ridiculous. I mean, I had to take, I don't know how many scrolls just to get +7, and I think I kind of got it on a fluke. Yeah, one of the things I probably could do better is use Angel's Touch on myself, but I just don't care that much. You know, especially when these minions are up, you can see the amount of damage that I do to these things. I will instantly VR my health back the first time I touch them. The other set of minions I like to take down are the archers on the next boss. Those things have a tendency to hurt me a little bit, but being a Dread, it's kind of nice. I can actually move the boss to those minions as opposed to the ice one, where I can't move the boss at all on that because she doesn't move. Sometimes I get lucky and I'm able to hit all the minions at one time. Most of the time I'm not. Let's try something here. I was watching another video of somebody soloing this and using Hurricane Blaster for an overhit. I don't know if that works or not. I do it anyways, just shits and giggles basically. Alright. So what I'm going to do here, click off that, summon you, rebuff this. I got enough buff slots I can probably, yeah, I'll deal with it. Alright, wizards, bam, bam. Warrior. Because watch, I can... Whoa. Running quick. Can kind of position the boss. There we go. Drop BR. I mean, you can see some pretty healthy chunks coming off his HP bar. You know, 50,000, 80,000. So it's not terrible, but that's only when it's perfectly stacked, I guess you could call it. You know, Prophecy of Might, Self Skills, BR, Counter Critical, Zerk Rage, Level 3, Lightning Force. When all of that perfectly aligns, yes, I can hit for 100k in here. Am I going to solo this as fast as a Dreadnought or a Titan? No. Am I going to solo this as fast as an Eviscerator? No. There are some archers out there that solo this faster than I do. Tested that the other day. It happens. I'm a Dreadnought. I'm built to be an AoE toon. Being able to solo this in itself is somewhat of a miracle. So it's just kind of nice to be able to do it. So some of the other things that have changed, plus 10 augmented bloody, Amaranthian Stormer death. So I went with the crit damage on that. Basically stacking crit damage. Upgraded one of my strength or my con ties to a strength. Not sure how smart of a move that is, because apparently in the next update the AP skill tree is going to change so that only a knight skill tree can take HP. Like we have them in warriors, we have them in wizards, and we have them in knights. Well, apparently in the next update they're going to change that so it's only knights. I don't know if they're going to increase the level of it so you can get more or not, but we'll see. Blessed Anthe I got today, bloody set. It's been there for a while. But one of the interesting things is the P critical damage plus 15%. Very nice augment to have. You know, the M accuracy doesn't really matter on that, but I wasn't going to change that. The P critical damage is what I was really going for. Estina, standard Valakis. I don't even haven't even plussed up my standard Valakis. You know, once there comes an event around that actually allows me to maybe acquire some bottles, I'll think about you know, getting that thing blessed. But until then, you know, 2.5 bill of bottles, a little bit on the high end for me, as you can see. So this is what's kind of nice about being a Dreadnought in here. You know, I can literally just move the boss around just ever so slightly, and then I can hit these minions at the same time instead of having to stop hitting the boss. You know, start hitting the minion. I actually have the ability to AoE 100% of the time, which sometimes lining them up well can be a pain in the butt, but just do minor adjustments and you can do it. And chuck a debuff up. Damn, man, that thing hurts my is like crazy. Yeah, so this boss takes me a while. But make sure you always use wizards. Ooh, I crit on Zerk. I'm missing something else here. It's better. You know, 26k, 11k damage, crit damage. 11k. Come on, put CC up for me so I can. There we go. You see 24k. Very respectable number for a Dreadnought, I would like to think. Of course, if I had the toggle, it would be higher. But honestly, like, the toggle is great for PvE, which is kind of what I'm built for. But honestly, for PvP, it's crap. You know, Zerk is going to give me so much more of a benefit than a single target toggle that I have to use normal swings on to hit. Yeah, it would just be garbage because I don't normal swing in PvE or PvP, excuse me. You know, even in Ollie, just spamming skills, mostly Thunderstorm. Because the stun on this thing is ridiculous, which is one of the other things that I've done lately. So I went 13, oh, 12. I thought it was 13. But PvP Stormer plus 12 HP drain. Yes, I know I still have to change my SA. Stun attack rate success plus 30%, which honestly was absolutely huge. And I spent a crap ton of money getting that augment and that augment. I got a couple of other decent ones. I spent a lot of stones. I think by the time I got, you know, people are saying that this one was one of the rare ones, the Giant's Critical Weakness. I got that on my second or third stone, and I was actually able to get it 2 times before I got the 15% crit damage one. Here we go. Line them up. Not lined up. Line them up. So I was actually able to get that one twice, which is supposedly one of the rarest augments. I'm pretty sure my final stone count was like 27. Just a huge number of Giant's Life Stones, which is ridiculous. But one of the ones that I wanted to get that I wasn't able to was the 30-second Celestial. So when I fight Eviscerators and stuff in Ollie, I can actually use that while they're in Steel Mind. Hopefully they don't see it and use the Talisman debuff against me, but which is kind of bullshit that debuff doesn't work against them, even though, I don't know, it's a weird skill, I guess. Put up some debuffs here. Oops. So that's one of the things I've noticed with a Dreadnought. So Power Provoke is basically an AoE armor destruction, but it adds P attack to your enemy, which isn't a good thing. But one of the downsides of armor destruction is, say I'm actually doing AoE, if I use armor destruction for some reason, the length of my swing, like the amount of targets I can hit, for some reason gets lessened. I don't know why that actually is. It's fairly weird. So armor destruction, I guess, brings me in closer, and it doesn't here, like on the sides here, it won't hit as well as if I use the Power Provoke, which is really weird and very annoying, but once you figure out how to get around it, it comes pretty easy. Kind of just second nature kind of thing. Oh man. See, like I said, this boss and the next boss take me for absolutely ever. Do Freya Scroll because I got a bunch of them. So I guess I've never really used Hurricane Blaster because it's basically the same thing. Single target ranged armor destruction, basically. Just kind of cool. I don't use it very often. Oops, let's do this the other way around. One of the things I do use it in is if I ever do K95, the party one, in a duo, which is very rare. What I'll end up doing is popping that when the boss goes into his version of Zerk. And the reason I do that, oops, wrong one. There we go. The reason I do that is because the cooldown on armor destruction is longer than it is on Hurricane Blaster, and I can basically just sit there and absolutely spam the crap out of Hurricane Blaster. Let me see if I can get both of these. Ooh, I can. So the chance of me actually getting through his Zerk with armor destruction fairly low, but the chance of me getting through Zerk with a spammable skill, come on, die. Thank you. Nope. There we go. Are fairly high. Alright, let's do Sonatas. Let's drop BR. Jump. Oh, come on. I realize this is like absolutely terrible the way I just did that, but 108,000. Fairly respectable number for a AoE DD, I would think. Yeah, this normally does take me about 30 minutes. I'm not gonna time it precisely because it'll make me feel bad. As most Titans and a lot of other people can get through this way faster than I can. Like, a retarded amount faster than I can. So BR should be up for the next boss. I'll have these up here in the next minute or so. I'll put up my shirt buff for the next boss too, and then switch right back to my normal one because it gives me, better stats than the power shirt, I think. Guess I gotta look in here. Strength +3, strength +3, dex 3, con 2, dex 3, con 3. Okay, so a little bit better. I mean, not a fairly noticeable amount, I would think. A couple hundred HP, and that'd be about it. Nothing substantial. So one of the other things I've been doing, well, haven't been doing, I guess I've been testing, been doing some AoE out in Land of Chaos. Now, I can pull a full pit and be perfectly fine as long as I have IS debuffs on it. If I got Wing Spear up, a pit will take me hardly any time at all. But what the idea is to power level some of the other tunes you may have seen me have. I mean, I know that you guys have seen the Titan. Well, some of you have seen the Titan. Some of you have seen the Eviscerator. I think the Eviscerator's still 96. I've been fairly lazy with that thing. But yes, as you can see, these are on cooldown, or off cooldown now, but I'm waiting for Prophecy of Might to come back, because that will be up here in 2 seconds, actually. And I'm not actually going to pop it right away, because I would like to take down these minions. Huh. That's new. That minion's actually never been close enough to the boss for me to hit it without Wing Spear on. Huh. That's kind of cool. Alright, target Auburn. So my IS every once in a while does need a heal, because when he runs in to do debuff, sometimes he'll get smucked. Alright, and I am going to take this one down before I throw up buffs. He's just a little bit too far away. 500,000, 400,000, 500,000. So as you can see, the minions go down pretty easy. Alright. Whoops. I didn't mean to hit that button. And no, I'm not going to hit my Abundance level 1 talisman. I'm going to save that for the next boss. A lot of people have been asking me about soloing in not only Atelia Fortress, but they've been asking about Giant's Cave, and not referring to Giant's Cave Upper, which is very easy, by the way. I went up there and did that one day, pulled a full room with just melodies and a harmony, no sonatas, and just self-buff, basically, and pretty much just wreck shop. But it's not worth it, really, honestly. The XP is, at best, you know, I'm getting 100 mil a mob. I know Titans that solo in Giant's Cave lower that are getting, you know, 2 bill a mob. That's 100% solo and party, though. They are pole resist. So, yeah, that kind of leaves me shit out of luck. And then also the lower mobs in AF, or not AF, you know what I mean, Giant's Cave. I've also recently been on the forums and watching, excuse me, I had to take a drink, throat was getting dry. That's what happens after 27 minutes of talking. Boring talking. I really need to set up like a live chat channel, but nobody plays at my time zone. Like, you can see, like, hardly anybody's been shouting. Ooh, I got minions back up. Ooh, I don't want to hit minions. Yeah, my time zone's basically dead. I am West Coast. Yay, West Coast. Aren't a lot of people on this time. Let me see if I can show you what, you know, worked perfectly fine that time with armor destruction. Try to show you like how it limits my range, my left-right limits with armor destruction, but it worked perfectly fine that time. Alright, you're not going to let me do it this time, are you? Ooh, I got both of them spawn right next to each other. Super convenient. Man, those things hurt the is. Yeah, I was reading the forum today on, I think it was the tier forum or just a general forum where somebody was asking, of course everybody was getting into it on which tier is the best and which, you know, which class has the highest DPS and blah 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 blah. Who really cares? I mean, I understand that everybody wants to be the best, and you know, but in my opinion, it's not about that. It's about liking the tune you play and playing it to the best of your ability, not making yourself the most uber in game. Because I mean, if that's your goal, this is going to be your best friend right here. This, I mean, as long as you're spending money in there, that's it. I mean, oops, invite. You're not going to get very far in this game. You know, you're definitely not going to get top tier in this game without spending a crap ton. Like, a holy crap ton in that NCSoft store. Because honestly, some of the stuff you can't buy in game. You know, getting a plus 16, like this most recent event with these shirts, getting a plus 16 Dark Weapon Triple SA, you're gonna, you know, you're spending well over what you can actually carry in your inventory for Adina. It would just be absolutely ridiculous the amount of money you'd have to spend. Okay, 12 seconds on Prophecy of Might. We're going to try and do this well. And actually, I'm going to do... Whoops, wrong screen. Palm first. We're going to keep Warriors on. And I'm actually going to take down these minions first. You know, a lot of people are like, oh, why'd you take down the minions? They give you, you know, they help give you, counter critical. Well, really? You know, the boss hits me hard enough to get me into counter critical pretty easily. Okay, so this is the moments where I might need to heal. Nope, good. Some of the stuns these things do are just complete bullshit, by the way. You know, full, almost full. Tier and full stun resist tier. And I'm just getting stunned like it's nothing. These, you know, it's basically 100% land rate stun on these mobs. Shield of Infinity. PDEF and MDEF increased by 15%. See, look at that. Bam. Eruption. Wide stun. Basically 100% land rate, which is bullshit, but whatever. You know, they got to do something with these mobs, otherwise we would just tear through them like it was nothing. Or if you're me, tear through them in 20 minutes. Okay. So now that those are down, we're going to throw Wizards. Warrior. Debuffs. Battle Rhapsody. This debuff. Yeah, as you can see, I probably could have done that a little bit better. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Stupid fear. Yeah, definitely could have done that better. You know, you can see 20k damage. Not terrible. 17k. Ow, man. Oh yeah, let me put that back on. Yep, I got it back on. I'm actually really surprised though. I've only done this solo like this 4, maybe 5 times, and this is the first time I haven't had to heal Auburn. Maybe it's because I'm actually doing a better job keeping these debuffs up. Might have to heal here. I don't know, we'll see. I don't know why I keep using that stupid skill. Keep using power provoke, and I'm not trying to, you know, make my enemy hit me harder. One of the nice things about this for me is, you know, by the time my HP starts to go down, the minions pop back up. So, I can always VR off the minions. Let me see if I can do a triple stack here. Beautiful. You know, when there's 3 of them there, I don't mind using power provoke and raising their P attack at all, because at that point I'm counter critical. I've, you know, got more than enough the VR that I need. And I'm normally able to take them down fairly quickly here. And Dark Rider. Ooh, perfect time on Fear. Well, while we're doing that, we'll just go ahead and put Sonatas up. This Fear is fairly useless for this boss. I mean, I'm basically running faster than he can catch me. So, doesn't do him a whole lot of good. Okay, so, yeah, I do plan on doing power leveling in Land of Chaos on my IS. What level is that? Level 2. I guess I've never paid attention to that shield. It doesn't really matter that much to me. Alright. Oh, let's not do warriors or wizards just yet. I will be doing Land of Chaos, trying to power level my Eviscerator. I haven't used... They gave us a whole bunch of free stuff lately. The runes, these pots, forget what else they gave us. These things. I haven't used any of those things on the Avis. Barely used. I think I used a couple of them on the Titan. Oh, crap, he canceled that. Okay, that's fine. I want to put the weapon back on there. Bam, bam. This is probably the longest this has taken me. This last boss normally goes fairly quickly. There we go. Now we're starting to actually hit him 30k damage. Still pisses me off that NCSoft can't figure out this soul shot damage thing. They are so buggy, it is ridiculous. You know, some hits they go off, some hits they don't. It's just, it gets very annoying not being able to, you know, calculate a damage consistently. So basically what I'm doing there is moving ever so slightly and then just spamming attack to make sure my targets are lined up, because visuals aren't always quite right. A lot of times there's going to be some, I don't know if it's visual lag or geospatial something. I've broken the time-space continuum. Speaking of time-space, another game I recently started playing that I don't know if anybody else would be interested in, but if you are interested in space and stuff like that, it's a game called the Kerbal Space Program. You can just Google it. It's fairly cheap. I think you can get it on Steam. They just updated to version 1.2, I believe. It's pretty good. Basically, you know, you're in a solar system, kind of like alien solar system, but modeled after ours, and you play little green men called Kerbals, and you get hundreds of parts to choose from. There are 3 modes to do. There is career mode, science mode, and sandbox mode, so you get everything right away. Career mode and science mode, you're basically working to unlock things. Although career mode is a little bit harder, you get like contracts and stuff you have to complete. You know, fly so high, do this, do that, open this at certain altitudes, what, blah 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 blah. But you get, you know, hundreds of different parts. You can basically design whatever you want, anything from the smallest little tiny space probe all the way up to the huge, you know, monster space stations and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool, and I completely forgot that buff. So yeah, it's very cool, very worth the time. Time consuming as heck. It's fun though. I love it. my kids also enjoy it, which is pretty cool. They like launching spaceships with Daddy. And then we're going to go ahead and do that. So, yeah, if you get a chance, check that one out. It's a pretty sweet game. It's been out for a while. Pretty big mod community. So you got parts packs and visual packs and all that kind of stuff to make it look even better than stock. And there we go. 4817 to what? 4873. Not bad. Enchant weapon. What else did I get? That's it? Wow, that's crap. That was crap. Okay, well, anyways, so that's what K99 solo on a Dreadnought, that guy, looks like. I do have the June Agathon instead of using... I do have the standard rose, but I like the June Agathon better because it gives me the 100 attribute attack and also an XP gain. But it's like the poor man's rose. Doesn't give me the P def. It does give me more P attack? Wow, okay. But it lacks the P def. And HP. P def 10%. P def 30%. So it lacks 20% P def, but and also 30% HP MP CP. So it's basically the glass cannon version of a what's it called? A rose. Glass cannon version. Look at that, and I didn't even get the quest. I'm batting 1,000 a day. Anyways, hope you all enjoyed that. Have fun. Later.